Namaste, viewers. I'm Vibhuti Jha. This is Sanatan World, and welcome to the show. Please like, subscribe, and support our channel. We are new ones. I'm an old guy, but doing something new and trying to do something different. Today, I wanted to talk to you about the word hellhole. And Mr. Trump has let the hell break loose with his remarkably loose reference to China and India as hellholes. Now, it is very important for us to know what is actually a hellhole. Why I say that? Because it's only in Christian and Islamic world that there is a concept of heaven or hell. There are people who issue passport and visas to go to heaven or hell, right? Designate you. If you did this, you will go to hell, guaranteed heaven visit, or you go to hell. In our philosophy, in our Sanatan world, we always say we have to live with the consequences of our action, and we have to be responsible to all things around us. It's not that you make a confession and all your sins are absolved. So heaven and hell is right here. You experience it in your living life the way it is. So, as I often say, that it doesn't matter how many times you pray that makes you a wise, sane, and a spiritual or religious human being. It is actually what you do that defines you. So Mr. Trump's statement, which was pretty long, and there has been a major, anger by many prominent social media people, and as well as many organizations, including Hindu American Foundation and many others, who have given a proper response to that with reference to the frustration, disgust, and disappointment. And I totally am with that. Definitely, I'm with that. Because this is not what you treat your strategic partners and natural allies. It's a direct insult to the country, to the people whom you call strategic partners and natural allies. And in addition to the fact that Indian Americans in America, particularly, we are 1% of the population, we pay 6% of the taxes, and we are one of those group of people who receive or apply for least amount of social benefits. This is important for everybody to know. Yes, India is a large country with 1.4 billion people, and people do seek out. They go out for life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness, whether it is about economic affairs or running away from political uncertainties or trying to just find a good life, right? The migration is that kind of a function. It is all about seeking a good life, seeking economic opportunity, or running away from political persecution, which Indians don't have to. Anyway, the point of the matter is that let me read you what exactly hellhole means. And this has to be a reference to the concept of heaven or hell. So here is what I'm reading out to you. Hellhole is a derogatory term used to describe a place of extreme misery, squalor, or unpleasantness. The term is used to emphasize that a location is considered unbearable, dirty, or chaotic. Remember the three words: unbearable, dirty, or chaotic, extreme misery, squalor, or unpleasantness. These are 6 words that goes into defining a place that is a hellhole. Now, Mr. Trump is a man of extreme colorful use of languages, which I have often said that he makes his supporters' life very difficult for the way he uses the language or the style with which he uses that. And I'm very happy to see that the Ministry of External Affairs spokesperson, Mr. Jaiswal, said that this was uninformed, inappropriate, and poor taste. Inappropriate and poor taste, yes, of course it was. But uninformed, I do not know that. I'm not too sure. Uninformed by who? Mr. Trump doesn't need to know India. He has been dealing with Indians all along. He has gone to India to campaign in the largest stadium in the world, where he addressed more than 100,000 people along with Prime Minister Modi. He has come to Houston, where he howdy Modi. He joined Modi in that fabulous Houston Stadium that the conversation happened. So I'm sure he has made some. He has made many statements in the past. When his previous 2016, he said, "I love Hindus, and Hindus are great guys," and everything. That is, of course, you understand these are political speech making. I'm also was very interested in seeing that behind all the anger of Mr. Trump defining India as a hellhole, there was significant normal responses bereft of emotional tirings, but bereft of those emotional upset. People were saying Trump is like that. He has made similar statements about everybody. Remember the famous statement, Muslim ban in his 2016, soon as he became the president, he banned all the Muslims coming to America, and then you know what happened, right? Today he is virtually in bed with Pakistan, about whom he said that this is a treacherous country that has taken billions of dollars from us and has given us nothing except keep killing our people, has done nothing for us, right? Same thing. Then you know about Muslim ban. The entire thing play out. So Trump is that unusual, unpredictable politician who has never been sophisticated, suave, and a polished politician like Bill Clinton or Barack Obama. It's very interesting that you must know that. The reason why I say that, because I have said it many times, that if Mr. Trump were just 5 or 10% as suave and soft and measured in his political speech making, he would get rid of 90% of his public outcry that goes against him. But the man doesn't listen, so I'm told. So that goes the story. But the point of the matter here is this was an issue for the 6 words that I told you, right? What were those 6 words? I'm repeating that. A place which has extreme misery, squalor, or unpleasantness. The term is used to emphasize that a location is considered unbearable, dirty, or chaotic. Every country has its own places that are hellholes. I remember when I came in 1991 to America, Times Square, 42nd Street was worse than a hellhole. I was warned by my director international of HR that if you go there, at least carry $20 in your pocket and wear a cheap watch. Because if somebody stops you, give it. That was the director HR international of my multinational company, a Dow 30 company, who warned me about that. We were warned those days not to be careful about walking out late in the evenings. And I can tell you, today's New York City is a hellhole. I would not go there again under Mamdani's rule. Today, if you want to know about hellhole in America, Mr. Trump knows that. There are hellholes all over America. The so-called, choice of word again, I would say, so-called sanctuary cities. Sanctuary is a good word by itself, right? But the sanctuary cities are actually hellholes for normal human beings because they are inundated and flooded with people who are committing crimes because they know nothing will happen to them. The whole state of California is a hellhole, in my opinion. California is not what was Golden State at one time. And there is a reason why people are running away. Forget about taxes, but the drugs, open defecation, rapes, loots, streets clobbered with all kinds of people, Los Angeles and San Francisco are actually hellholes of today. Look at Chicago. Look at Detroit. There are many places in America, in New York, which are hellholes in their own right. You may agree, you may disagree. But here the point is, another point is very important. Every country has its own hellholes. I can tell you, Paris has its own hellholes. I've been there, and I'm not going back again. London, okay, it's a hellhole for many. So the question is, why did Trump say that about and putting China and India together? It was not that he singled out India. He put China and India together. What is the purpose of that? Both these countries have huge population of billion plus, and these two countries are actually taking maximum advantage of opportunities, economic or otherwise, to come to America. Obviously, this country, America, in juxtaposition with India, has 350 million people as against 1.4 billion in India. It is four times larger than India in just physical size, Alaska and Hawaii included. So, and it is a resource rich country. So, this country can easily absorb 200 million people tomorrow, but not in one day. So, there is an immigration problem here. And I can tell you something, that birthright citizenship issue, that connection, if you put together, then you know his frustration. And the frustration comes from the fact that we have to analyze that in the context and in the relationship. Trump is not sophisticated with his choice of words. His personality type is insult someone and see how they react. That is his style. Bill Clinton, Barack Obama, Hillary Clinton, Joe Biden, you see their statements in the past. Biden had said it very clearly that all the illegal immigrants who come here, and he said it on the Senate floor, it's on record. You can Google it and find out. He said, all the people who come here illegally are coming here to take advantage of the free stuff that we give to people. Biden is on record. This Bernie Sanders is on record. I've heard it myself, in which he said it is a Republican ploy to bring illegal immigrants to suppress the wages of local people so that the corporate would make maximum profits. Now we know it is a vote bank play. Bill Clinton had to talk about the cost of illegal immigration. Barack Obama, all of them have said, and I have told Mr. Trump's advisor, a couple of them, that all that he needs to do is to play these videos and tell that I, Donald Trump, approve these messages. He's doing exactly what the Democrats have been telling to do. The frustration is on account of immigration issue, and he's trying to curb that. I have been hearing this since 1991, that comprehensive immigration reform must come, and it must. A country of America's size and ambitions and opportunities must know who they want. Whether you want agricultural labor, AI labor, masons and plumbers, or travel specialists and hospitality, I do not know. He is coming from the corporate world. So what is the manpower requirement? Let's announce that and do it. But we already have overflowing people. What do you do in the corporate sector? You would fire them, right? Or let them go with a golden handshake or otherwise. In the US context, there is one particular issue which is a racket. The racket is that many people come here just to ensure that they get their babies born here who automatically become citizens of America. Of course, many diplomatic channel people don't have that privilege that you can become citizen automatically, but there are many people in the corporate world who come here for 2 or 3 years, their child is born here, they become American citizen. That's called the birthright citizenship. Whatever happened 200 years ago to make the Constitution, to give the right, the context was different. Today, the context is different. I can tell you, a friend of mine, she told me here in Long Island, that in Long Island there are people belonging to China who run a business of birthright in America, becoming American citizens. I was told today that there were a couple of Indians who have done that. So that when somebody begins to abuse your system, it doesn't help. It actually makes matters worse. And I can understand that frustration. As I'm an immigrant, I'm a legal immigrant. I decided in my time I will not stay even for a day as an illegal. That was my personal choice and personal decision. It worked. But the point of the matter is, it is in that context. Yes, Mr. Trump, if only he helped himself by not insulting, humiliating himself, insulting his friends and well-wishers, and humiliating himself thereby with a choice of words which is unbecoming of the head of state. He must know that he's not running Trump Inc., where he can hire and fire whoever he wants. This is United States of America, its government. You have certain responsibilities to ensure that your words matter. This is very important. Mr. Trump, if somebody listens to this, please tell them my favorite quote: words matter, words change minds, and minds move mountains. Keep that in mind. It impacts. So, Mr. Trump, your words matter. Your words change minds, and your words, you know, move mountains. So don't hurt your own cause by being chaotic and irresponsible in your choice of words. Yes, there are many places in every country of the world that are hellholes. So if he called India a hellhole, that's all right. He doesn't know the India, which is not a hellhole, right? But there is life beyond Beverly Hills and Rodeo Drive and Park Avenue and Madison Avenue in New York. And I don't need to tell you more. There are hellholes where I have not been even once, and I will not go because that is a hellhole. So there is America. It has its own hellholes. Chicago is a death hole. There's shooting happening every day. That's the kind of thing which we have to remember, and we have to see it in that context, not hyperventilate or overreact. I'm also, but I'm also a believer in one thing. You got to call things out for the way it is. And Mr. Trump must know that. I'm his supporter. He embarrasses me with that statement. And I hope he doesn't do that next. All right. As I always say, Satyameva Jayate, truth must triumph. And for truth to triumph, you and I have to do something about it or speak up to do the least. Thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, and support our channel, and support us any which way you can. Thank you.